Okay, I'd like to call the town board meeting of the town of Lake Mills to order on March 13th at 8 p.m. 2018. The notice was posted at the town hall, the North End Boat Launch, and also the cul-de-sac on Finch Brothers Road and on the town's website. Item 2 on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda.
Make a motion to adopt March agenda as printed.
And I'll second it. Is there any discussion on the agenda? Hearing none. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, the same sign. The agenda is adopted. Item 3, approval of the minutes from the February meeting. I have not read them.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as printed.
I'll second it.
Is there any discussion on that? Hearing none. All in favor of approving the minutes from the February 13th, 2018 meeting, please say aye. Aye. And all opposed, same sign. Approval, item 4, approval of the treasurer's report. I will make a motion to approve the March 18th treasurer's report.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of approving the March report, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and all opposed, the same sign.
Can I say
Yes,
now
please.
that, remind everybody that dog licenses are due by March 31st. After that, there is a $5 late fee and a $25 late handling fee on each dog.
Okay,
So they should make sure they get them in to me. And there is the same 3 outstanding personal property bills nobody has paid.
Okay.
And I have sent another letter.
all right. Thank you, Sharon. Appreciate you following up. Item 5, approval of the general funding vouching.
I'll make a motion to approve March disbursements of $56,794.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion? Any questions?
Just a couple things I see. Bob had separated out as the kayak from the painting, so totally $2,150. So is that kind of, I remember around 2,000. Is that what we kind of budgeted for it?
Yeah.
Then the other thing I was
Oh,
just
I
kind of.
see. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So I'm assuming he separated that out.
Yeah, he did. This one actually came right after the last meeting,
Oh,
and this
okay.
one came just
Just came
recently,
in.
so I just,
Okay. I figured that's probably.
I was trying to pay as many as possible since April's gonna be late.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. I figured that's what same thing happened with Jay too. Is he billed?
Yep,
Yes.
exactly.
early again?
Yep.
The only other question I have is on the ordinance review on legal in the Schweigert condo. Do we have the same agreement that they are paying those fees?
Well, he's not going to pay the ordinance review.
Right, yeah, yeah, but I mean, the
Yes.
$935?
Yes. How are we going to track that? How are we tracking the daybreak stuff too? Because we're going to have
I
those.
I can itemize that easily
Yeah.
enough.
Because we're
Who's
going
paying
to.
those?
Well, the developer should be paying the engineering fees that we incur and the legal fees we incur. And we probably don't have those invoices all together yet. Because they will be coming before us in
I
April.
can get them.
Let's get them put
Because it
together.
makes
Just put an
Lee-
invoice together or something?
Yes.
Because didn't Lee
Okay.
do some billing for the work that he's done for Daybreak too? I thought I saw that on your site. Yeah, right here, Daybreak Foods Legal.
That's DeWitt.
But
though,
that's DeWitt and
Oh,
Ross.
okay.
Yes.
So we need Lee too? All of them. I don't.
Well, I
Lee
think
didn't do
anything that's
anything with-
going on with Lee is all of our our legal cases. So it's really the
Which would be great if we could get reimbursed for as well, but
North
that's,
Shore and
coming, yeah.
Dave. How's that going to work?
I don't know. It's not, it's still on the table.
Yeah, it is. So
Yeah,
we'll have
right,
to wait and see.
Right. And
But let's have those figures together.
Sure.
'cause
Okay?
the way it worked before is we had to pay it, and then we got reimbursed.
Yeah.
That's how I.
Yeah, and you're good, yeah, good catch.
So the, I was gonna ask about the snow removal. We think we're done? All the bills are in then?
Through the end of February is in. Wasn't there one day that he salted or sanded?
Yeah, I got a call, the night we had the ice.
Yeah.
One
That
about.
was March, wasn't it?
Yeah, we'll have another bill in March.
I think we'll have one more,
And then
yeah.
I got calls again about 2 o'clock in the morning, so I don't know, he was planning on going out at 4. So, but then it was raining anyway, so.
Well, hopefully we've got the majority of it anyway.
Boy, we
but-
got a lot of backseat drivers on that, don't we?
Well, generally when Jefferson County Dispatch calls and they say, this one's on you, you go ahead and make the decision.
I do have the
You know,
total
so,
also for what we've spent on snow removal.
and I figured you would have
Somewhere.
answered that call, but you probably left the phone out in the living room and went to bed.
I certainly did.
There we go.
I listened to it in the morning. I figured he would go out at 4, he wouldn't go out at 2, and it was raining then.
We had another really good year for snow removal. We
That's
only-
wonderful.
So far, so
spent
good, yeah.
35, under 35.5
And we
with
budgeted
salt
50?
and.
Yes.
Actually,
Everything.
did we budget
80.
80?
We've
We
been
always
up to
budget
80.
I
Yep,
think so, yeah.
We went last, all right.
hooray.
No. You never know when
Okay.
you get one of those bad years.
We have spent 80.
All right, any more questions? We have a motion on the floor to approve the funding.
And seconded, yeah.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye, and all opposed, the same sign. The general funding vouching is carried. Item 6, Matt, the police report.
For the month of February, we had 44 hours of road patrol, handled 7 calls of service, spent a total of 9 hours on those calls of service, had 28 traffic stops, 1 repair notice, 13 traffic warnings, 20 citations were issued for those traffic stops. We had a total of 13 hours of stationary radar, issued 2 ordinance citations, did 12 residence and business checks, and checked the parks 13 times during those 44 hours. Other than that, the new squad's working great. Everybody seems to like it. It's performing its job. And the old squad is stripped of its detailing. Just has to be vacuum cleaned and armor all, and then it'll go on eBay.
Okay.
It's currently parked in municipal lot in Lake Mills, PD, and it'll be pulled back here shortly. They parked it to the wrong location after they took this decaling off, so. We are looking at hiring 1 more boat patrol officer since Brandon Keach left us. Still have Cody Jepson coming into the boating season. Right now, we only have 1 application on file currently, but we only had it posted for a week, so we're hoping obviously to get more than that.
Great.
Interviews should be sometime in April.
I think you should report on the meeting we had here on Tuesday.
The meeting on Tuesday, obviously with the sex offender coming in on South Crokeville Road, I think we had about 30 people here, I would think, in attendance. I thought everybody conducted themselves very professional, the audience and obviously the staff from DOC. I thought it was very informative, and I think the public appreciated it. It was nice having the sheriff here since he's been through them before, answer a lot of questions, and I think to be informative, reference the approach for law enforcement. I haven't heard any negative comments since the meeting. My understanding, though, is that we may get a second person out there, but I haven't had any documentation. I think the town board does, though,
Yes.
of that information.
And so we'll cover that in correspondence. Matt, I can't thank you enough for hosting that meeting and commanding that crowd and getting the right people here. I thought it went really well. I appreciate it. It's kind of the first go-around we've had at this. I learned a lot. So thank you very much. And your officers, too. Item B, Joint Rock Lake Committee. I don't think they met this month.
No, they did not.
Lee, the Planning Commission report.
Yeah, we did not meet last week, so I have nothing to
All right.
report.
No other committee reports.
So what about Clean Boats, Clean Waters? You want to talk about that? We're going to be looking for 1 watercraft inspector for the summer. We have the two of the
returning.
3 from last year returning. And we're going to have applications, it's already posted on the website and on some university, classified
Yeah.
sites, I guess. Resumes are due March 31st, and we'll do interviews the beginning of April.
Thanks, Sarah. And thanks to Patricia for helping us do that. She does that posting on those university sites. Item 7, period of public comment and questions from anyone in the audience. Mr. Alexander, would you like to make a public comment?
Well, I mean, all I know what happened with that was on crossing, that's all I know. I go on the way to town, though, too.
Well, I don't think we'll hear from Daybreak until next month. I think we'll be hearing from them.
Well, I mean, next April now. See, the ones with Daybreak Foods will make a decision on Thursday night.
Yeah, the county.
Right, that's a county meeting.
Yeah.
So we won't hear anything from them about the under the road pipeline or the over the head conveyor until it comes to us.
Yeah, we don't know if they'll go for overhead conveyor or they'll have a regular truck across the road. Never
We
know.
don't know what's gonna happen yet, so we'll wait to hear from them. I am gonna tell them pretty emphatically about my dates. I don't want them to come in here on the last week of March and think that we need to have time for our engineers to review it.
We also
Right.
need to have time to notify the neighbors in case they want to come and talk about it, don't you think?
Yep, so let's look at the calendar and say what that date is gonna be.
Sure.
The other thing, Hope, that we need to discuss too is bonding of the road. And then also, right now, it kind of sounds like the contractors are gonna try not to run up and down the road. They want to put in a driveway so that they can go into their existing driveway, come across the field, and then just drive across the road. So I don't know if we want them to build a mound, or just gravel the shoulders and run across it, and obviously we'll have to make them responsible for that spot, so it's
Okay,
something
we
that
better
need to-
talk, we better
Yep.
sit down and talk with him.
April 6th is 10 days before our meeting. so-
Yeah, but April 6th is not gonna cut it as far as having an engineer look at it.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell him we're gonna need everything by the 30th. Is that not, it's only giving them another week.
Yeah, but our meeting in April is gonna be,
17th.
Right.
yeah, the third.
But still,
Tuesday.
that's 10 days.
So that's 20 days.
The 10 days is the 26th.
The 30th. Oh, yeah, right. Yep.
And so,
And if they're not ready for that either, because obviously that's not gonna be something that's gonna go in
We'll tell
real
them.
Well,
early.
and it's Easter that
But we
weekend
still
too,
need to do
so-
something with the road, because they're gonna wanna start.
yeah, okay.
Because you're gonna have multiple, deliveries, building materials, cages,
Yeah,
and
all
all that
kinds of
stuff,
stuff.
so.
There's no cages out there.
Iron,
I think we better set something up. I'm gonna tell him he needs to have that engineering stuff to us by the 26th.
Would be the road on the south side for both side, or be right next to the north of my place, or where is it?
for exactly what Jimmy?
You know, to bring equipment in for the.
Oh, well, we're gonna make them, and I already talked to Keith about that already, that they would have to come in off of Highway
Yeah.
A. And I told them that they were gonna have to put a sign up that no trucks beyond the point of their driveway. And so that hopefully nobody gets lost. And we also, had the road posted, so that hopefully that'll tend to deter people too.
So, I mean, it won't break the blacktop, I mean.
Well, that we have to discuss, just in case.
So I mean, but I tell you one thing, on the north side, my place, I know the private driveway, you still got that no trespassing sign as surveillance camera.
Right, yeah, because that's a.
Private
easement.
road.
That's a private road that goes down there.
But I don't know, I mean, I don't know who can't go down, right? Who can't just go down a little ways here where I live, I gotta walk along that side.
Right, yeah, well, you own right up to the edge of that.
Yeah, so I mean, I got right to just walk on there.
Yeah, I would talk to Chris about that, I'm sure you'd be fine with it.
Yeah, I'll talk to Chris about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep you in the loop.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to item 8, application review. Item A is a discussion and decision on a variance by Sean Austin for N7081 Rock Lake Road. This is a frustrating thing for me. I've been trying to get a hold of Brendan, the guy that worked with us on this plan. He does not answer his email. I've been talking with the county. I was talking with Brian as we left the house tonight. He doesn't think that it's gonna fly. I said, I know he wants to get going and get started. He's not here. I don't know why, but, I guess I can't speak for the state of Wisconsin. He's only 14 feet off the,
Yeah, and that's federal stuff.
yeah, yeah. So, I guess what I would like to do is move it along to the county. I don't think we can sit on it another month. I think we need to either decide what we're gonna do and move it along. And so, what do you think? I make a motion that we approve the application for a variance for Sean Austin Senior at N7081 Rock Lake Road.
Roll call vote.
Yeah, we'll
We
need
gotta
a
second
second.
it first.
Second.
All right, and then we'll do a roll call vote.
Peterson,
Approve.
Strader,
No.
Ustick.
No, there.
There you go.
Click. He'll be disappointed, but he's gonna find out the hard way. He'll have to go forward to the county with that. B, discussion and decision on an application for a special event by the AIDS Resource Center for the Wisconsin AIDS Ride on July 29th, 2018.
Yeah, we were waiting for information, so she's given us the actual application
But no
now.
map?
Yeah, we got that
Oh, okay.
last time, that's why I didn't put it in
All right.
this month.
And you
I
got
did give you that last month,
You
didn't I?
got the insurance?
I do.
Okay.
She'll, here, oh, you don't have that, sorry. She actually kind of missed some of us. She has us as Crogville Road, but she's actually coming down, they're coming from
Parkland.
Lake Mills downtown out to the north end boat launch area, the park. And then out County B to Crogville Road to County O, and then they're out of our area,
And then they go north from there, huh?
yeah.
Okay.
I think it's very similar to last year, if not the same.
Well, I would motion to approve the application for the special events for the AIDS Resource Center.
On 7/29, or is that, yes, 7/29, right?
Yeah.
9 to 1, I'll second.
Is there any more discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of approving the AIDS ride, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And all opposed, same sign.
Didn't you just see a map?
Here.
Heard what she said.
Okay.
Here.
Take a look, just hand it back to me. There's a description that's a little better than the map itself on the next page.
Item 9, old business. A, discussion and decision on an intergovernmental agreement with Cambridge Fire and EMS.
Nothing going on there yet.
Nothing yet.
No.
Do you want to let me know, or do you want me to just keep it on the agenda?
Actually, I think, Sarah, you can take it off, and if we do, we have another meeting coming up this month. We have a bunch of other issues, so
Okay.
that keeps kind of getting pushed back, so,
Okay, you let us know.
yep.
Item B, discussion and decision on a raising ordinance. Lee, you've been working pretty hard on this. Has your committee gone over this?
We have, and, they had some suggestions to make, and I've been also doing some additional research, because I'm trying to address one of your concerns. But I'm not finding anything regarding, trees or, I know that house that was taken down on Shorewood Hills Road and all the trees they took down, I know that kind of upsets you. So I was trying to find some verbiage on vegetation and stuff, but there really isn't anything.
That's really a tough one, as long as it's not in the, setback from the lake.
Right.
Otherwise, that's how
Yeah.
everyone else got their houses in there, was
Yeah,
took
yeah,
the
That's
trees
the way
out.
it is,
I
So,
hear you, I know what you
yeah, I know, so I'm kind of giving up on that. And then I know, Dave, you had some concerns about some, as far as farm buildings or outbuildings and
Yeah, the
stuff, so-
R1 zone compared to a A1.
Yeah, so I'm still kind of digging into that aspect, but
Okay.
I think we're pretty I think pretty much the next thing would just be to give it off to the lawyer here after,
And have it reviewed.
have it reviewed, yeah.
Okay, all right.
That'd be the next meeting.
Well, why don't you guys put it on your agenda and add anything in, at the planning level, and then we'll be ready to send it on.
They
Okay.
did that they did that in March. Do you need to do that again, you think?
Yeah, I think so, because,
Yeah, why not get it right?
yeah, have them review it one more time, sure.
And then we'll,
That's the,
we'll decide who we're gonna send it to for review, and we'll go from there.
I mean, as long as there's gonna be a meeting in April, I suppose, I don't wanna be the only
Well,
thing.
so far, no, but
You don't wanna come just for that, huh?
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
We'll see.
Well,
I would have to.
laying down the tracks for this daybreak thing, you know, that would be the most important thing on your agenda, but there has to be some timing on this, so.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see, all right?
Right.
Item C, discussion and decision on 2017 budget amendments for Sarah.
I got it finally.
Okay,
Here you go. One for each of you.
jeez,
$14?
house cleaning.
Well, you still gotta do it.
Oh, wait a minute, sorry.
There's 4 of them.
Oh, that one is a big one.
Well, it was almost $20,000 of, that's just, yeah, almost all of that is
Okay,
fire.
Yep.
Which I added a little bit of verbiage to, just because I felt like we needed some explanation on that one.
Yeah,
all right, so let's go through them.
brace yourself, that one's not done yet either.
No. The first one, resolution changing the 2017 budget of the town of Lake Mills, Lake Mills, Wisconsin, adopted by 2/3 majority of the entire membership of the town board. Be it resolved by the town board of the town of Lake Mills that the sum of $13.98 be transferred from Public Works budget to the Health and Human Services budget. I would motion to accept, well, I guess we do this at the end. Or we gotta
No, do
them-
each one.
All right. I motion to accept the budget amendment on Public Works.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye, and all opposed, the same sign.
Now, sorry, do we sign this now or no?
No, we'll sign one altogether at the end.
Also, another resolution, the sum of $4,280.29 is hereby transferred from Public Works to the general government budget, covering increased legal costs and delayed prior year election billings. I will motion to accept this budget amendment.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye, and all opposed, the same sign. Third one, the sum of $16,193.24 is hereby transferred from the general fund, and the sum of $2,710.33 is hereby transferred from the Public Works budget for a total of $18,903.57 to the Public Safety budget, covering the increase in fire protection actual cost. I would motion to accept this budget amendment.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please say aye. Aye, and all opposed, the same sign. The fourth budget amendment is the sum of $6,375.28 is hereby transferred from the general fund, and $685.84 is hereby transferred from the Rock Lake Fund for a total of $7,061.12 to the Culture and Recreation budget to cover the increase in the joint cable actual cost and north end boat launch maintenance. A motion to accept this fourth budget
Second.
amendment. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the budget amendment, please say aye. Aye, and all opposed, the same sign.
Most of that north end boat launch maintenance, by the way, was that striping that we did.
Yeah. Thank you for balancing that all out. Was that a lot of work, Sarah? Sorry.
No. Well, not for an accountant. It was enough.
Check on the balls, right?
Okay, item
Yeah,
10,
exactly.
new business. A, discussion and decision on the CD renewal. Sharon has provided us with some information from the Bank of Lake Mills. Your recommendation, Sharon, is,
To go with the 26-month CD for the interest rate of 1.98% compared to the 0.35 that we're getting for the 1 year.
yeah,
So I did look this up. We've only got in QuickBooks back till, they're from, since 2012. But in that year, the CD interest earned was about $450. And then in 2013, it went down to 326, 2014, 200, and every year since then, it's been $175 and change.
yeah.
This is not groundbreaking, but and what's the rate on that right now?
0.35.
Yeah, 0.34. It's your pleasure, gentlemen.
Yeah, well, it's better than you're getting.
That's pretty good. What's the dollar amount? Let's see.
50,000.
It'd be nice if we get more, but then every time I want to borrow money, I'd be paying more.
Yeah. Even if you do a 14-month, yeah, it's still
Yeah, all right.
4 times as much.
26 months shouldn't be a problem.
I wouldn't.
We'll be thrown out of office by then. Okay, I will motion that we should invest our rainy day fund into a 26-month CD at the Bank of Lake Mills.
Well, second it.
Is there any discussion?
The only thing I was wondering is if we did,
Want to use it?
need the money for a disaster or
Is there a
something,
penalty?
Is there a guarantee?
Yeah, there usually is.
Early withdrawal may be subject to penalty.
I know a lot of times if,
They might waive it for
yeah, the
municipality.
Cambridge, the fire commissions, we usually always get that waived if
Yeah,
you
we
need
might
it,
get
but,
that.
so,
Okay,
but they have a.
well, you can talk to them about that, Sharon. Tell them we want it
Okay.
waived if we have a natural disaster. If we need to invest in something else, we'll suck up the penalty, or make it contingent that we
Yeah.
pay it off when the
Usually you
CD
get,
comes
I
due.
think you get a penalty of 1 month's interest or something.
Oh, well, yeah,
Okay,
Usually, I think.
Okay.
yeah, that's not so horrible.
okay, thank you for your research. Item B,
Hold on.
schedule. What?
You've got a motion and a second, but you
Oh.
haven't approved. All those in favor, where you're at there.
Okay.
Aye?
I'm
Aye.
yeah.
Thanks.
B, spring road tour. What's your pleasure? What's your date?
Should've went today when it was snowing.
Yeah, sometimes it was snowing pretty
That's
hard
crazy.
too.
Yeah, no kidding. It was white out.
Well, we got some open weeks here after Easter.
So
What do you got on your agenda? Lee, you're the one who's out of town. Dave's
Yeah,
not
so-
planting corn yet.
Nope.
so I've got off March 26th through the 30th.
Yeah,
The 30th would have to be done by 4.
You know that's school spring break,
that's
right?
spring break,
Right,
that's
yeah.
why he's off.
That's why I'm off,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. That makes sense.
That's a little late for me. What about the second or third week in April?
Well, this is March, I was saying.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if we want to do anything in March, do we, with the frost going
Too
in and
early
out
yet?
and all
Okay.
Let's
that?
look at the week of the 8th, 9th, 10th of
Yeah,
April,
that's-
when
that's
we
what I
would
was
have our
kinda
Oh,
night
okay,
board
yeah.
meeting. Do we need to accommodate you on a Saturday or a Sunday? Or are you taking off?
No, I'd probably just take off.
Well, then it's totally up to you. I think I might be gone 8, 9, 10.
I'm clear the 12th. 12th would be good.
What do you got, Dave?
Right now, I don't have anything scheduled for April yet.
Let's look at the 12th.
Okay, so it's Thursday, the 12th.
Timing. take the afternoon off or go all day, or how would you do that?
Well, it's morning, yeah, like,
Yeah, because usually in the morning you're fresh and
Yeah.
sometimes what's it take to 1, 2 o'clock?
8 o'clock,
8 o'clock it is.
Thursday the 12th. Okay, I guess we'll do it again.
Yo.
It depresses me. C, the discussion of the agenda items for the annual town meeting of the electors. Do we have any items that we as a board would like to pull forward? Matt, you got anything? I mean, probably, need to talk about the, not so much for the annual meeting, but we need to update that ordinance we were talking about,
Oh, the weight and
the weight ordinance.
Yeah, I do got a phone call and playing a little bit of phone tag with the town clerk.
So we'll just wait, put that on the April agenda. We got some errors in that ordinance. So,
The weight limit, or?
yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll talk to you about that.
Contractor testing, eh?
Yes. Nothing comes up in your minds that really needs to be discussed by the electorate?
The
Okay,
only thing in my mind is the fate of the clerk. Just, I mean, I've talked to all of you in there's
fate of the
some way or
clerk.
another over the
Put
last
that
6
on
months. Well, just if we were going to do an appointed, or if we were going to raise the pay, those two things would have to be done at an annual meeting. I don't think that either of those are my top, I suggested options, so.
okay. Well, if anyone in the town that is within hearing distance of our meeting would like to have something put on the annual meeting of the town's electors, they could contact myself or Sarah, and we would be happy to put that on the agenda for discussion.
I'll put an e-blast out too.
Okay.
Sarah, do you have a number in mind, you think?
Well, it depends on if you were, I feel like, as I've done more processing of this in my head, I feel like Robin and I came to the same point from, in very different ways, but we've both come to a point, I think, of it might be a two-person job, because I don't feel like it's sometimes it's a strictly part-time job, but sometimes it's a full-time job, and I don't want to be paying somebody when it's not needed. So I don't, because it's a salary job. So it's this strange dynamic, and that's why I almost wonder if it should be, my best option right now is to think of a deputy clerk, or even a deputy clerk treasurer, that would, if it was just clerk, primarily be there for elections.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is it one of those jobs where, I know you run across where you can almost do it faster yourself, or is there certain projects that they can just
Well-
kind of take and run with?
That's why I think elections is kind of the piece that could be taken out.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it is definitely a one-person job, except that it is part-time. So in the way that I approached it was, okay, I had this under control as a part-time job. I need to be working more like a full-time hours and pay-wise. So I got a second part-time job to fill in the gaps, which
right,
worked
yeah.
out just fine until 2016.
And then we
when
had
you
the
had
presidential
a
election.
presidential election, which means rule changes in the election laws. It means bigger elections, tons of absentees. We also had a recount that year and a subdivision. And so there's all these other things that get added on top and get piled onto this one job that is paid part-time, even if it becomes a full-time job. And then if you are, not everybody does it that way, but both of me and my predecessor did it this way. We had other jobs too.
Right.
So then those get behind, and then all of a sudden, you're just completely overwhelmed
Right, yeah.
as just the one person. So that's why I'm kind of leaning toward.
And I think we'd have to do it in one of two ways. Either we all understand that you do definitely have a busy job. I mean, a lot of work. So we either have to keep you really happy, and this would be your concentration, or you have to go to
Well, it's not even so much happy as, you know, the resources are what they are, and
right.
if people in some, you know, it's just,
You could make her happy.
Well, no, you
no,
don't.
that's not what I mean. I
That's
just
not,
mean,
and Sarah, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, keep you satisfied
You're
financially to make
satisfied in
sure
your
that.
job and get the job done.
Yeah, and you are earning the money that you need to earn, so that you don't have to do all those other part-time things for.
well, and there is, on that end, there's a large list of a wish list of things that I wish I had time to do, that I just don't. So I suppose some of those things could be done, but then that begs the question, well, what does the town of Lake Mills really need? I think that what we see as what needs to happen versus what maybe the residents expect to see versus what statutorily has to be done, I think those are all different things. And truly, you know, as we grow and things have changed, what is it, what kind of service, what depth of service do we want to provide is really the question. I mean, you guys are all doing more than you get paid for too. It's not just me.
And we
It's-
have the same thing. Sometimes it's so quiet, and next time it's like
Yeah.
a moment's
It's
peace.
been,
Absolutely.
it's been 6 months of constant.
I think it's been more than that. It's always something. Lawsuits, that's why I'm so irritated with that. When they came to us and said they wanted to settle, I said, if anything, they owe us. They've used taxpayer resources, they've used, you know, my time and our legal budget for their, because they were given the answer that they didn't want. And I don't think that that's right
Yeah.
either. So
Right,
it's,
yeah.
you know, it's, I don't know.
Which one was that?
Well, both of them, both of our legal,
But,
both of our legal cases.
but only one has come now and said they want to settle, but, anyway, I don't know.
Well, why don't you give it some thought on what you think that full-time position would be as far as financially, and then we can maybe get that on the agenda.
Okay,
Because that way we have a number, and
All
then
right.
we can.
I think it's
'Cause
something we
otherwise-
need to have our electorate discuss and think about too.
Because then the other thing is that's not going to kick in for a whole nother year yet.
Yeah.
right, that's what has to happen now, is
Right,
because it would be for the next person elected to the
Yeah.
position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. I have talked about not returning and have talked to friends or neighbors or, you know, people that I think might be interested, and they say, "Psh, I would never touch that job." So it's got to be something that's more appealing,
it's a
one way
big
or
job.
another.
Okay, that's the good news. I think we all need to think about that a little bit. I think
Yeah.
it is something we need to put on the agenda for
And be
the
fair
town.
to, to Sarah.
And I think we need to let the electorate know, you know, what's going on here. I think they think something else is going on. Okay, E, board expense sheet approval.
Oh, what about the committees?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
committees.
I'm clueless. Where are we at?
I know you're in a hurry, but.
No, I'm not in a hurry.
I gave you one of these.
I know you
Somewhere
did,
in here.
Yeah, you got your hand on it.
That one. She's got her hand on mine. There we go.
Okay,
So you've got a few. You've got, you have to flip it over to the other side first. You've got 2 people on Plan Commission, Mr. Batiste and Mr. Zekoff.
Okay,
You got Mr. Clark on Rock Lake Committee. And then the joint CATV, is that actually even really
I
Jim
don't
Hines
think
at this
it
point?
really hasn't been, I could ask about
Okay,
that too.
so that one's up, and then Public Works, John Reich is up in May, might as well get on that. I was gonna ask, so when I was looking through this, the ETZ, when we just did this, we decided it was from January 1st of 2018 to December 31st of 2019. But from prior years, we had it written in as a 2-year term, or 3-year term, I'm sorry, made in May at the annual board meeting. So it would be,
Well, I don't
a
think we
different
ever
time
really,
frame and a different,
we never really, we decided this, but we never really appointed them, did we?
yeah.
Yeah, we did.
So then what are you suggesting? That
I'm wondering if we should go back to, if there must be, I guess I should go back to the ordinances and see, but didn't we look in the ordinances to see?
There wasn't really anything
No,
said.
so I don't know where this verbiage came from. It's something I inherited.
And so what you're suggesting is that we would reappoint the three of you?
Well, I'm suggesting that we clear this up. It's either a 2-year term that's January to December,
Oh, I see.
or
Okay,
it's 3 years and it starts in May.
okay.
Which is it? If we don't have it in an ordinance, maybe we should put it in somewhere, put it somewhere.
Or instead of going to January, do you want to make it consistent with the rest and it's
Probably.
April?
Right.
Otherwise, it's
So
kind of.
April would be better.
Yeah.
April to, and do 2 years? Because if we appoint them this year, then they'll be staggering terms for another, I think that makes sense, doesn't it?
Well,
In the next round of elections. So
so
that,
make it end in April of 19 then? When the board terms end? No, you want it to go the other way?
To 20.
Okay, all right, okay,
then we have a little consistency if we have a new board.
okay.
Look, Dave, you're up for appointment too.
Yeah, but I didn't think he was getting out of it.
No, I don't think so.
Stick it to me,
Not
baby.
right now. Okay, so,
What you got? So is that something that goes on the annual meeting of the elector meeting or just the April meeting,
April.
board meeting?
Okay. I guess we'll have to approach those guys. This is my packet.
Do you have the new truck map too?
Board expense
Oh,
sheets.
yeah, it's in correspondence, Dave.
You can have that too, man.
The board expense.
Board expense sheets.
Okay, I have a lot of correspondence. I
You gotta
have,
drive.
what?
Could you please drive us around for the road tour?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, great.
I have been, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
I
let you out
have
of it.
some,
Which vehicle are we gonna get this year?
Well, the nice
You have to
one.
be determined.
We'll get the pilot again.
We want something that we can get dirty, you know, we can get
Oh.
out and walk around in the mud or something.
we go down in the creek. We have some educational opportunities. Local land use planning and zoning is a topic on this, in that pamphlet, and this one is local government essentials. Also have work zone and flagger safety. Maybe Matt will want to take a look at that. The school district of Lake Mills is doing some programs coming up, master planning community forums. They're looking at needs as the school enrollment increases. The high school is kind of up for discussion, essentially. So they've got 3 forums coming up in the next couple of months here. I've got another advertisement for ditch mowers and such. That's something I'm wondering actually about. Is ditch mowing something we have to go out for bid on again, or do we just contract with them again, or we should talk about that on your road tour maybe?
Yep.
There's a notice of public hearing. The Plan Commission of the City of Lake Mills has received a request for a zoning amendment from Lakeside Lutheran for the purpose of changing the zoning of a portion of the property on Woodland Beach Road from single-family residential, public and industrial overlay district to single-family residential R1-4. That's next, 2 Tuesdays, March 27th. We had a notice from the Jefferson County Planning and Zoning Committee that they granted a rezone for David Hughes on London Road. We have the updated Trek 100 map. You guys approved their request for a special event last month contingent on a few things, one of which being the change of two-way traffic on Cemetery Road, which they have done, and they also are no longer going up the hill on Airport, they're coming around Cool. So if you want to take a look at that, I emailed you guys this,
Yep.
but that's the
Okay,
printout of
super.
that. I have
I got one.
Sure, Matt
Charter.
gets it.
Charter
Yeah, man, I do my colored
Communications, Charter Cable Partners, now an indirect subsidiary of Charter Communications, recently applied for renewal of its state video franchise authorization for our community and has enclosed a copy of it for us to peruse. City of Lake Mills Light and Water, sending us a letter to make us aware they are replacing water main and city-owned laterals beginning April 23rd, so just more construction there. A due diligence from the Dane County Planning and Development because they are having a public hearing for amending Dane County Comprehensive Plan, and since Dane County neighbors us, they have to send that to us. We have some pamphlets from the Clean Sweep folks about disposing of medication and prescriptions properly, and also the Clean Sweep dates, which I actually copied a bunch of these and put them out at the last election, so I'm going to do that again this time. We've got another election coming up
Great.
pretty soon, but so all of that is here. And then, finally, we have notification that on January 21st of 2015, the Dodge County Court ordered the Department of Health Services to submit a supervised release plan for a Robert Larson within 90 days. Should that say 2018?
No,
probably?
that's when it was ordered.
Oh, okay. Okay, right. So skip ahead. On February 20th of 2018, the Dodge County Court ordered the DHS to identify prospective residential options in Jefferson County, and that potential residence is N6035 Crowville Road, Waterloo, in the town of Lake Mills. So, here we go again with another convicted.
And so the protocol for this is we must notify the neighbors again. Matt and I decided we would not
We
have.
or the county sheriff, because that's who
We
we
do
notified
the
last
notification.
time.
He does the letter. He puts the
That's it.
handouts together.
Okay,
Because he does it for all the jurisdictions, and then we are the ones that hand them out
okay, okay.
at the time. So
So-
we'll do the same notification, but I think me and Hope talked, we already had that one meeting, and it's going to the same location, so.
So we didn't think we'd have another meeting. We would-
Yeah.
We do have some.
Well,
Because they were pretty much notified
Yeah.
that there was going to be
Two.
okay,
We
okay.
do have some pamphlets here that the state left for us regarding placement of sex offenders. So if anyone has questions or concerns, they should address our board.
The sheriff will do the same measurements and stuff that he probably did in the past. He's gonna look at this one because looks like this is not from Jefferson County. Obviously, this person, one that we have currently gonna be down there on March 14th, here shortly, was violated in Jefferson County, was sentenced through Jefferson County. This one's
It's
being
from
ordered
Dodge.
from a different thing, so the
Dodge
sheriff may
County.
have some says again with them, but I'll discuss it with him. He's obviously been notified.
Okay. Thank you again for all your help with that, Matt. And your officers. They were all in attendance. I was happy to see them. Item 12, meeting scheduled. April 3rd is the spring election at 7 a.m. through 8 p.m. here at the Town Hall. The Planning Commission, I am assuming that the Planning Commission will meet on a Wednesday.
I don't know. They talked about it in February at their meeting, and they were going to meet on the Monday before,
Oh.
which I asked them not to because I'll have the town hall set up for the election that night. So they were looking at the following week, maybe?
Oh, so
The
they go
9th?
a week later?
Oh, yeah, you can that one.
They could do the 10th, but somebody was busy the 10th, so we'll just have to stay tuned on that one. And
Okay.
if they don't need a meeting, then that'll solve it. So I don't know if Schweigart's will be ready or if anything else will come up, but stay tuned.
Okay. April 3rd, the Joint Rock Lake Committee will meet at 6 p.m. April 17th at 7 PM is the annual meeting of the electors of the town of Lake Mills, and the regular town board meeting to follow at 8 PM. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I will second.
All in favor?
Right?
All right.